Developing trust. How to get people to trust you. It's such a simple equation, but the problem with getting trust is it puts you at risk. And see, that's what human beings are very averse to. And since human beings are so averse to taking risk and just possibility of failures, they kind of shut down. They stay in the same routine because that's what they feel is safe for them. But here's the thing: you have to have trust, and the only way to have trust is to take a risk. So you have to be able to take a loss by trusting somebody or trusting something. And see, when you understand, like, the more I willing to take a lose, or the more that I'm willing to bet, the more trust I gain. It's just like an investment, like in fucking banking. If you want to make a lot of money in investing, you have to invest a lot of money. You can't make a lot of money on $1 unless you bet some insurmountable odds. But listen, hey, if you have 100 million, if you put that into investment, you can probably get 1 or 2 million back. But see, it takes a whole bunch of money to get that shit back, especially if you don't want to risk anything. So if you want to put 10 million, you want to make 100 million, there's a bigger risk because there's a good chance you're going to lose that shit. So the same thing applies to trust. And the best way to acquire trust is to be honest and put yourself at risk sometimes. And that's what the truth is sometimes. When you start, well, not even sometimes, that's what the truth is. The truth is a giant risk. Whenever you tell the truth, you are risking people getting over emotional and reacting in a bad manner. But by telling the truth and showing the truth, they can respect you over time. So it's a trade-off. So over time, you become more valuable. People trust you more, and that trust buys you equity, and that equity buys you like benefits in other aspects of life. It's the same thing with any relationship you got going on. So like most guys, like it's built on a risk averse. So you have loosey goosey sex with no real attachments or names or anything like that. A whole lot of generalities. And so what occurs is there's no trust because there's no definition of things. There's no truth between the dialogue between the two sexes. And so if we don't have any dialogue that's real, if we're not trying to just distract ourselves from our fucking lives, we're not going to get anywhere. And see, that's what you start to realize is like when you start living in truth, when you start living off your abilities and really shaking and moving, bro, it's easy to just be truthful. It's like, because I'm living it every day. Like, look, if I fail, like, I don't have a place. I'm homeless. That's entrepreneurship. Welcome to the game. That's the bet you're making. so like, it's the same thing with a relationship. If you want a wife or a very, very significant other, you be extremely honest and upfront as much as you can to gain that trust. To gain that trust on the front end. Because you're going to need on the back end when shit starts to go haywire. Because sometimes life goes haywire. Life only gets more chaotic as you get older. It's only because like you add more things to it. So you add kids, then you add grandbabies, then you add in-laws that you're going to add. Then you add more dynamics to it. You add more money, add more people, more contacts. So you and your girl, as long as you started off tight with the trust, you can make it through all the other variables and shit because you guys built the solid foundation when it was just you two, just rocking, where we just got comfortable kicking it. And so when you get to that state, and the only way you can do that is be truthful. And a lot of times the best way to be truthful is to do productive work. It's so simple. Because if you're doing productive work that gives you a good benefit, your truth or the life that you're living will be a good life. You don't have to lie about your life. It's like, look, I'm in shape, bro. I can breathe well. I can fight. I can shoot a bow. I can shoot guns. I can play cricket, tennis ball. And it's like, well, how can you do all that? Because I do it. As simple as that. I fucking do it. I'm a YouTuber. You know why I'm a YouTuber? Because I fucking make YouTube videos and I upload them and I make thumbnails. It makes me a YouTuber. And one day it's gonna get me fucking rich. I don't know why, but it's just the internet with shit. But when you live the things that you say that you're doing, life is just easy. So if you chose to be a lazy ass nigga today, hey, look, I was a proud lazy motherfucker today. I didn't want to do shit. I didn't feel like getting up. Didn't feel like cooking. I sat in my bed and read manga all day. So I deserve whatever the effects of that day that I spent reading manga. I deserve whatever happens. And same thing, like if I worked 8 hours, like I mounted 10 TVs, so I deserve what my outcome was, which was fucking whatever amount of money. And once you start living like that as a man, dude, life just goes. It's just a nice flow, a nice peaceful serenity, and you don't worry about anything. You're just like, hey, man, why am I? I'm just living out what my vision tells me. And if you find a good shorty that believes in your vision too, because you were truthful up front and you state your intentions and what you plan on doing and how you plan on doing it and how she could be a part, bro, she's gonna be like, what? Oh, thank God, somebody knows what he's doing. All right, I'm going with you. That's all she needs, and that's what I'm trying to tell the modern man. You don't need game. You don't need. You just gotta know what you're doing. That's all a woman's looking for. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing, and you're gonna do the best of your ability to make it happen. And the beauty of it is, if you find a good one and she has some good parents, they're gonna support you. And because you're already doing it for yourself, they just want to be like, wait, oh, we can amplify it. Hell yeah, we'll put some money behind it because that's what you do when you're an older person. You put like revenue behind your children because I want to see my children succeed. So like, what's the point? I can't take the money with me. So why the fuck do I give a shit about money? What's the best way to invest this money into my fucking family so we can have a great lineage and the estate stays as is? See, when most people don't think that far ahead, they don't think about life, and they make the same choices over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it just never gets better. It never gets better for them. And that's the tragic thing about humanity. I'm trying to figure out a way to get around that and probably break it. But that's a lot of work. It's a fucking lot of work. But anyway, appreciate you guys for listening.